Hi, I'm Shashi Agarwal, Senior Product and Program Leader in Financial Services. Today, I'm walking you through exactly how I build product strategy and roadmaps that get executives, engineering, and risk team aligned, not just theoretically, but in practice. I will cover three core pieces: how I define strategy, how I turn it into actionable roadmaps, and how I use them daily to make tough trade offs. Next. Let me start with product strategy, what it means to me. A good product strategy answers four simple questions. Who are we serving? What problem are we solving for them? And how are we different or better than alternatives? And what outcomes tell us that we are succeeding? In financial services, it's very easy to drown in projects, regulatory changes, and technology upgrades. So I always start by anchoring on the customer and the business outcome together. Let me share example vision from my Moody's work. Enable credit analysts to cut decision cycle time from 5 days to 2 days while reducing compliance exception by 80%. That is specific enough to guide every decision. Next. From that vision, I translate strategy into 3 to 5 pillars. Typically, pillars for me might look like improve user productivity and experience. Second, strengthen compliance and risk controls. Third, modernize data and integration foundation. And each pillar is tied to specific metrics. For example, cut process cycle time from X days to Y days. Increase adoption of a new workflow by a clear percentage. When the pillars and metrics are clear, the roadmap is no longer a random feature list. It becomes a story of how we will move those metrics over time. Next. Once the strategy and pillars are in place, I shift into road mapping. My first step is a big information sweep. I collect four types of inputs. First, discovery insights, interviews, workshops, journey maps, pain points. Then, data analytics, which is usage data, operational metrics, tickets, BI dashboards, etc. Then, third is the known commitments, regulatory deadlines, contractual obligations, critical technical debt. Then, fourth is stakeholder request, which is from business lines, operational, sales, technology. At this stage, I don't judge. I just make sure everything is captured in one place. Then I start grouping this work into themes, then link back to the strategy pillars. Next. Once I have themes, I move into prioritization. I like to keep the process transparent and simple, using an impact risk effort lens. I ask questions like, how much does this move our key metrics or pillars? What is the risk if we don't do it? How complex is to deliver given our current architecture and capacity? I use this to rank initiative within each theme. Then I organize the roadmap into time horizons instead of locking everything to dates too early. I usually use a now, next, later structure where now contains the work we are confident to deliver in the next 1 or 2 quarters, and next contains the opportunities we believe in but the need more discovery or shaping, and later contains long-term bets that align with the strategy but are not yet fully validated. Under each outcome, I list the initiatives or epics that will likely achieve it. Next. Mini example. So to make this concrete, let me share a simplified example. I once took over a platform where different teams had a long list of requests like new reports, more workflows, integration, UI tweaks. There was no shared view of what really mattered. I started by talking to the core user and pulling data on where time and errors were concentrated. That showed me that most of the real pain was in specific steps of the workflow. I reframed the roadmap into themes. We define clear outcomes, like increase adoption of new workflow by 15%. Then I sequence the initiatives into now, next, and later. When I presented this roadmap, I told a simple story. Here is the vision, here are the pillars, here is what we are doing now, what we are plan for next, and what we are pushing for later. And exactly why. Because everything was tied to metrics and pain points that stakeholders cared about. It was much easier to agree on the trade-offs and drop the pet features that didn't even move the needle. Next. Once the roadmap is agreed, at that level, I use it as a living communication tool. I connect it to the delivery by working with engineering and teams to break outcomes into releases, milestone, and sprint plans. In steering meetings or check-ins, I come back to the roadmap and ask, are we on track against the outcome we committed to? Do we need to change the priorities based on new risk, new regulations, or new opportunities? This keeps the roadmap honest. It's not a static slide that you show once in a year. It's a way to make clear, transparent trade-offs anchored in strategy. Next. To wrap up, my approach to building a product strategy and roadmap looks like this. Start with a clear vision. Turn it into a small set of measurable pillars. Group all the noise into the themes that support those pillars. And prioritize based on the impact, risk, and effort. Express the plan as outcomes across now, next, and later. And then use that roadmap every day to align people and make trade-offs. If you're interested in how I do product strategy or how I bring data and AI into product decision in financial services, feel free to watch my other videos or connect with me. Thanks for watching.